The Northstars Show is up and running. It's episode 11 of season 7, episode 111. A lot of ones in there. The Mark Messier episode going on right here. I'm your host, Bruce Krentz. Behind the camera, a guy who's only 4 concerts deep in a run of 16 Christmas concerts. Can you imagine? I have bad dreams. I wake up.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah, 16 in a year. Crazy. Paul Anderson, the guy behind the camera. Joining me right here is Mikey Barron. Mikey, coming up this weekend, we've got the Don MacLean Memorial Bantam Tournament that I think you played in before. You're related to him. How are you related to him?
Well, he's my mom's grandpa, so he'd be my great-grandpa.
We're saying he's your great-grandpa. Some of your family will be down for sure for the closing ceremony, or opening ceremony, down at the tournament. And it'll be great to have them. Your great-grandpa, great guy. We get a chance to talk to Brandi Jeske just a little bit later on. And the stuff that he did in this town, mind-boggling.
Yeah. They named that City Hall after him. They had it named after him. I think it's changed now.
Yeah. He's got his plaque up there, and super guy. I only got a chance to meet him. I was a bit of a little kid, but I remember he was well-loved all around town and a pretty amazing guy. So Mikey's here not just to talk about your great-grandpa, although we could go on, and we should. He deserves it. But can you tell us what just happened here? We had a pretty good weekend, the best weekend of the year so far. What happened Friday night?
Well, it was my first weekend back. It was actually 3 guys' first weekend back, and threw us all on a line. They called it the Band-Aid line. We went on the opening draw, 30 seconds in the game. Mitchell passed it to me. I one-teed it. The rebound came right back to me. I threw it at the net, went off defender skating in the net. It's a pretty good feeling for my first game back.
How you do it? Did you just tear that Band-Aid off and get right back in there?
Yeah, I did. And then went on to lose the game 8-5. I think Jerome had a goal. Johnny had 2 goals. Rambo scored. Sheldon scored, I believe.
I think that's just about enough for that game.
Yeah,
good.
Probably more. I think I named more guys.
Whatever. Get on the internet. That'll tell you what it all. And then Saturday night was the big one for us. Finally got the monkey off our backs. We got a big win on Saturday night. So tell us about that.
Well, we were beating them 3-0 going into the second, and then it was 5-2 in the second, and they clawed their way back. Like, it was close, but lucky Jerome got that empty net goal in the end, put us up by 1, which is good.
Was it almost the craziest last minute you've ever been a part of? 3 goals in the last minute and a half. It was nuts.
It was pulling my hair out, scary, yeah.
Terrifying, pretty good feeling, pretty exciting time with the guys after you got the final buzzer went off.
Yeah, it was great. Finally got the W that we needed, and hopefully we can carry it on throughout this weekend.
Keep that feeling going, absolutely. So this weekend you guys are down south. You've got Yellowhead and Southwest, right?
Yeah, that's 2 games against Yellowhead and 1 against Southwest.
A couple games coming up for these guys. Also coming up on the show, coming right up, talk with Coach James Buchanan. We've got our North Star know-it-all. He wants us to call him the North Star Insider, so maybe that's what we'll go with instead. Got a big interview coming up there. We talked to Brandi Jeske about the Bantam Tournament. We forgot the code again, so now we've forgot the code 3 weeks in a row. 8 weeks,
You're slipping, Bruce.
8-week run. I'm not pointing fingers or naming names, but his initials are Paul Anderson. That's the guy that brings the coat, and it's not here. So I'm repping the King Miners because they're playing this weekend. I thought that was fair. So good talk with Brandi Jeske, 2-on-1 with a couple of guys that did really well on the weekend. Jerome, Player of the Week for the league, which is just fantastic, and Johnny Saunders, couple goals too. So those guys looking fantastic. It's all here on the North Star Show. Stay tuned for our interview with our North Star know-it-all.
Here with head coach James Buchanan. Now, James, how does it feel to finally have that W under your belt?
Well, it's a pretty good feeling. You know, it was a long time coming. We went through more than our fair share ups and downs through October, November. So finally get that monkey off the back. It's a pretty nice feeling, and definitely uplifted the room quite a bit.
How did it feel on the bench during the last minute of Saturday's game? I was across the ice helping out with the penalty box, and it was nerve-wracking to say the least over there. Like I said, what was it like over here?
Well, it'd be stressful to say the least. I mean, you know, we had the 5-2 lead going into the third. We gave up an early one, which you never want to do when you're protecting a big lead. And then, you know, you grip the sticks a little bit tighter, and you're a little bit more nervous when the lead's only 2. They say it's the worst lead to have in hockey, but you know, we were able to battle hard right through to the end, and Jerome scored a big empty net goal with, I think, 40 seconds left to cement the win, and that was huge for us.
You just mentioned Jerome. It was a big week for him, 6 points in the 2 games. Just coming back, I think November 10th was the last time he had played before that. Player of the week. How much of a boost was it to have him back in the lineup?
Well, he's got a nice piece of speed that was definitely absent from our lineup. For I think 3 weeks he was away, so have him back. I mean, we felt the power on the power play right away. He scored 2 goals top of the circle on the power play this weekend, both nice shots labeled for that short side, and then a layout beat a guy up the ice and score an empty netter for us that turned out to be huge. So, I mean, that compete level to have back in the lineup is huge for us.
Obviously, it wasn't the result you wanted on Friday night. After 2 periods, it was all tied up. What changed or what happened between the game on Friday and Saturday to get your team over the hump?
Well, I think we just capitalized on our chances early on in Saturday's game. You know, we had more than our fair chances to score. Even in Friday's game, we had, I think, 3 or 4 posts, and the goaltender made a couple of real big saves against us. So, I mean, just to be able to make sure we put those chances away early in the game and play with that little cushion, I think that was the difference for us on Saturday's game.
And then finally, looking ahead to this weekend, you have Southwest on Friday and then 2 against Yellowhead. We've seen both teams here in Thompson already this year, and I think it's safe to say you wish you had scored a few more goals during those 4 games.
Yeah.
What's the key for keeping this momentum from the win going forward into the weekend?
Well, I think with Southwest, we played them, we're lucky enough to play them in exhibition this year as well, down south, and I mean, we skated to a 3-3 draw in that game, so in the home games, against both of those clubs, we didn't play particularly well, so I think it has to be a focus on the recent history, and we've turned that tide, and hopefully we can get into a couple of good games in our Western trip this weekend.
Well, thanks so much, Coach. Good luck this weekend.
Anytime.
This is a minor hockey moment, a chance for us to explore all the little nooks and crannies, the bits and pieces of minor hockey. We've got a big event coming up this weekend. The Don MacLean Memorial Tournament is coming up. Brandi Jeske dragged herself in here. This is the kind of commitment we get from the tournament organizers. How are you feeling?
Not very well. Pretty sick.
Bit of a sore throat going on right now, and not 100%, but you got to get on the mend. I don't know what it is. Herbal tea, maybe?
I don't know.
Whiskey, beer?
Might be all of them.
Bailey, so what's your role in the tournament other than trying to get better?
Basically, I'm organizing all of the tournament. I've gathered together a committee. We have a really good group of parents this year that are helping to get all the invites out, get all the draws made up. They've done a lot of donations, trying to get water in the dressing room, stuff like that. And I keep in contact with all the teams and kind of a liaison between the board and the tournament committee as well.
So that's all? Can't imagine why you got sick.
Just a little bit of stuff going on, yeah.
And I know we've had you on the show before. You're one of our favorites, and you've been involved with minor hockey for a long time. First time at the helm of a tournament, or you got a few under your belt already?
This is the second time. I did a Pee-wee at Prince Bershide a couple years ago.
It's good. And you're starting to get a little tired of the hockey mom routine, or are you still all in, loving this every day?
I love to watch my son come and play, so as long as he's playing, I'm in it. Do what I got to do.
Everybody's got to chip in to make it work. You mentioned Prince Bershide. This one is the Don MacLean Memorial Tournament. Do you have any background on Don MacLean? Since you got a sore voice, I'll help you out just a little bit. Don MacLean, former mayor, passed away partway through his term. Bill Kamaski took over, and then we got TJ after that, Johnson. Ooh, that was a long 8 years. And now we got Fensky. What else you got for me for history on the tournament?
Well, Don was a resident of Thompson. He was involved in a lot of different community programs. He helped start the Salvation Army. He was in the Army-Navy Veterans Association, Rotary Club, Boy Scouts and club leaders. There's probably about 12 different committees he helped start or keep going the whole time he was here. So he's definitely a prominent member of the community, and he did a lot for Thompson.
I'm glad I asked you. My little story was pretty sad compared to that. You know what? It's the Don MacLean Memorial Tournament, but we've got a new trophy this year as well that we're pretty excited about, so tell us about that.
This year we'll be adding in the Dylan Cripps Memorial Cup. It'll be going to the AA, as the Don MacLean has always traditionally been an A, Bantam A tournament. Sadly, Dylan Cripps passed away in May of this year. He did play on the Bantam AA team last year. He's missed by all of us parents, coaches, fellow teammates. It was a very devastating loss, but we're happy to have him added into the tournament to honor his memory.
Absolutely. Fantastic player, and he was a big presence around the rink, so
Yes.
it's nice that we can remember him this way for sure. Who do we have coming to the tournament this year? How many teams, and do you know where they're all from?
Yes, we have 8 teams coming this year. There'll be 4 AA. We have Flin Flon, Norway House, Cross Lake, and of course our Thompson team in the AA division. In the A division, we will have Cross Lake, Norway House, a split team between Woboden and NCN, and as well we have Split Lake coming.
Whew. That's a great tournament, because I know this a few years ago the numbers in this tournament weren't great, especially in the AA. So it's really nice to have the big numbers. Although that means a little more work for you.
That's all right. Our committee was really concerned about getting as many people involved, giving as many kids as possible something positive to do. So we're really happy about the turnout.
It's going to be a great weekend. Give us just a general overview, maybe a couple of the times we can catch the home team, and just sort of what's happening all weekend. When do we start? Opening ceremonies, that kind of stuff.
Okay, we'll be kicking off our first game Friday, December 8th at 3 p.m. It'll be the Thompson King Minor AA against Flin Flon AA Bombers. We'll play again Saturday morning at 7:45. It's an early one, but come out and support
the home team.
Come out and support your home
Who's running
team.
this tournament?
Me. And then we will again play after opening ceremonies. Opening ceremonies can be seen on Saturday the 9th at 12:15 to 1 p.m. We'll play directly after that in the CA 1:15 against Norway House, which should be a good game. We played them an exhibition a couple weeks ago, and it was a 1-goal game, so it was pretty exciting.
Excellent.
And then we will finish out the finals Sunday at they start at 8 in the morning, and that will be for the A Division Gold and Bronze. And then from 10 until 12:15 will be the AA Gold and Bronze medal games.
Awesome. What a roundup. Does it cost us anything to get in, or do we just stroll in and cheer on the teams?
We just want you here to come down and watch, so no admission. Feel free to buy some 50-50 and Looney Stick.
Chip in. Don MacLean Memorial. American Pie, I almost faded into that. Don MacLean Memorial Tournament coming up this weekend. Brandi Jeske, I won't even ask you what you want for Christmas, because I know what it is. It's your voice and you want to feel better.
Yeah, no more sore throat.
We got to shake this thing. It's Tuesday night now. Friday, come on down, see her. Awesome job by you and your team putting this together. Come on down and check them out this weekend at the C. Nesbitt and Gordon Beard Arenas. Here's 2-on-1, couple guys that had a bunch of success this weekend. Johnny Saunders, Jerome Linklater. Jerome, player of the week for this past week. You had a pretty good weekend. I know the guys were happy to have you back. Turned it into a win, huh? We should have brought you back a couple weeks ago. Tell us favorite memory from the weekend.
Probably when I got the game-winning goal.
Talk us through it. Surprisingly, I wasn't at the game, so tell us what happened.
Well, Braden made a pass to Sean, and Sean tried to dump it, and I just skated to it and hit it in one hand, then went in the net, I guess. Yeah.
Goal scorers score goals. That's just how it is. Johnny, you got a couple this weekend too. Tell us about your favorite one.
Mine was when I shot from the ring out line and it went in, shot it from there. A lot of defense covering.
Well, actually, my favorite goal was on Friday when I got my one-timer. Pretty sick.
Who fed it across?
Mitchell Reed. And Saturday too, Keaton Saunders fed across too.
It was quite the weekend. Finally got a win under our belts. Just quickly before we get to the 2-on-1, how did it feel to finally get a win in the AAA League?
It felt good. Yeah, it's been a while.
No kidding, it's been a while. Guys going pretty crazy in the room after. Was it nuts?
Yeah, it was pretty fun, yeah.
Does this story check out, Jerome? One of the best times you've had in the room so far this year?
Yeah.
Things are going pretty crazy. Okay, we're going to pick on Johnny a little bit. We got a few questions each. It's 2-on-1, two of us picking on you. First one, I'm going to start off with the easy one. What do you want for Christmas?
A 1S hockey stick.
It's a good hockey answer. Jerome, you get to do that too. What do you want for Christmas?
Probably, I wouldn't mind the stick too. Yeah, I gotta get a stick.
I don't know. Things are going your way. I wouldn't change up that stick. Would you change sticks right now?
Nope. Wouldn't need a hockey stick.
Just wouldn't happen. What do you got for Johnny?
Oh, what is your favorite song?
What is my favorite song? Too Good at Two Goodbyes. Sam Smith.
Sam Smith fan. I'm surprised. I don't know. I didn't peg you as a Sam Smith guy. What's your favorite pregame meal?
Spaghetti. Yeah.
Straight up, just garlic butter or meat sauce? What are we having on there?
Yeah, just spaghetti. Yeah, regular spaghetti.
All right, Jerome. Next question.
Do you like white or black tape?
I prefer black.
What's your favorite road rink to play in? And it doesn't necessarily have to be in the AAA league, but what's the favorite other rink that you've played in other than here?
MTS Iceplex, probably the best one.
Pretty cool. Any one of those 4 rinks? Just any of them? Free Press rink, the big one?
Yeah, the big one.
Yeah, that is one cool facility. Our hockey team goes down there every year and plays a few games. Feels pretty good to play in there.
What's your favorite movie?
Karate Kid.
Original?
Yeah.
We get you to do a few lines from that, but we'll let you off the hook on this one. Last question I got for you. Favorite thing to do when you're not playing hockey?
Probably hang out with my girl, Paige.
Ooh, nice shout out. That's a good, nice little Christmas gift right there. You got one more for him, Jerome?
Yeah. When you scored, how did you celebrate?
I just put it in my hands. Yeah, just put it in my hands.
You have to show example.
Yeah, you got to show us.
I was like,
Straight up the classic right out of NHL 92. Good, Sully. I like the classics. Jerome Linklater, Johnny Saunders, that's 2-on-1. That puts the Licks on number 111, episode 11. Stuart Walter, let's firm this up right now. Northstar Know-It-All or Northstar Insider?
I prefer Insider over Know-It-All.
I kind of like Know-It-All. It rolls off your tongue. Northstar Know-It-All.
Yeah, I prefer Insider.
All right. Stuart Walter, Northstar Insider. First show, we're going to have you back, I hope. Regular segment on here. Appreciate you jumping in. Yeah, we'll see how the ratings go. If our YouTube hits go up, you're in. If not, not going to happen. You're at every game. I don't make quite as many games as you do, so that's why I wanted to bring you on the show. So I appreciate you jumping in and doing the coach interview. We want to thank the 2-on-1 we just had on, Johnny Rockets and Jerome Linklater, a couple guys that had some good success. Nice to have Jerome back. He's Player of the Week in the Norman League, and he's got, 16 goals in 17 games, something like that?
He has 18 points, I believe, in 17 games this past weekend. Like you said, he's Player of the Week, outstanding 2 games, 3 goals, 3 assists for 6 points, and just fantastic to have him back in the lineup.
Can't argue with that. And Mikey Barron as well. We had him on the opening telling us what just happened here. He has a connection to the Don MacLean Tournament, and he got a goal 30 seconds in. Nice to have him back, too.
Oh, it was like I said, the Band-Aid line was just fantastic to start out the game, and hopefully if that line stays together, they'll just have more success this coming weekend. As we send them down south, they've got 2 games coming up down south. They've got 2 against Yellowhead and 1 against Southwest. Yeah, they start Southwest on Friday night before 2 against Yellowhead, looking to exercise some demons from the 2 series that they had already this season here in Thompson.
We can only hope the winning ways continue. We hope the winning ways continue, too, for our Bantam team. The King Miners are in town playing in the Don MacLean Memorial Tournament. They got some games Friday night, Saturday. Opening ceremonies go Saturday afternoon, and the finals on Sunday. So we invite people to come down here and check it out and check us out next week when we do it all again right here on the Northstars Show.